Are Pastel Posca pens actually pastel? We're going to find out today. So today I really want to test out this set of Posca pens. This is a set of 8 in size medium and they are pastel colours. So today I really want to test out whether they are actually pastel, but also just test these out because I've actually never used Posca pens before. So I'm very excited to give them a go for the first time. I've seen a lot of videos of other people using these, so I'm excited to give them a go myself and try out a little bit of a different style of art too, because I feel like these are very graphic and bold, and I'm just interested to see what kind of art I can create with them, so stay tuned for that. So I got this set a while ago and they've been sitting around. I've been meaning to make this video for a few months, but I got this set from Hobbycraft for £18. I'm not entirely sure where else you can get them in other countries. I think that they're available on Amazon, so that's probably your best bet. So these come in a bunch of different colours and sizes. So like I said, this is the pastel pack and they are medium nibs. But there are also precise brush nibs, fine nibs, broad chisel tips, and extra large tips available also, as well as a bunch of different colours. The medium tip of the PC5M is the most versatile in the Posca range, providing a clear, precise line and beautiful colour. It is appreciated by both professionals and amateurs. Indoor and outdoor use. Stable pigment, strong UV resistance, quick drying. So they sound awesome, to be honest. So these are water-based, permanent, and can be used on a bunch of different surfaces, on like wood and cardboard and metal and ceramic, so these are really versatile. I'm really excited to use these. Okay, so this set comes with grey, light green, sky blue, lilac, light pink, light orange, straw yellow and beige. And all of the pens come individually wrapped, which I actually think is a really cool idea. Like I said, I've had that packet lying around for a few months now, so the fact that these are individually wrapped is really cool. So I know that they're not going to be dried out or anything when I open them. I'm really excited to give them a go, so I think maybe we should just swatch all the colours and take a look at them, since I'm trying to check out if these are actually pastel today. So let's find out. Alright, so I'm going to be swatching these on some kind of cheap paper, but then the paper I'm going to be using for a couple of different little illustrations will be slightly higher quality paper. I don't have any like super expensive paper or anything, so I apologise for that, but I'll still be able to show you a little bit of a difference with how they perform on really cheap paper versus okay paper. So as shown on the packaging and on each individual pen, you're supposed to shake these. And then press them down on the paper until you get some paint in there. They're really nice and clean and new at the moment. In terms of are they actually pastel, I'd say a few of them are and a few of them aren't, which tends to be the running theme with these kinds of videos that I make. So the packaging claims that they are pastel colours, but obviously they've just put together a couple of different colours from their range, and some of them I would consider to be pastel colours and some of them I wouldn't. I don't know how to feel about the grey. Technically speaking, I think grey is a pastel colour because it is less saturated than like a black or something, or brown. I'd say that this is more of a lime green, but it is really pretty and it is a little bit less saturated, so I'd give that one a pass. The blue and the purple I wouldn't call pastel colours at all. Those are brights, possibly even dark for that purple. I love this pink. It's kind of a bubblegum pink. I'd give that one a pass. That one's pastel. So is this orange. I actually love that. Oranges in these type of sets are usually quite bright or dark, and that's genuinely a really cute pastel orange. I really like it. Same with the yellow, it is a little bit bright, but it's also a really cute shade. I'll give that one a pass. And the beige is pretty nice too. So you get a pretty nice selection out of this pack, I have to say. I've seen in other sets of colours that are called pastel, they usually give you two blues, and one's a darker blue and one's a paler blue. I'm not sure why they do that. But this one doesn't have a pastel blue at all, it just has this really bright sky blue, which is actually the name of it, sky blue, and I think that's the best description of it, is it's quite a bright, like, azure maybe. As for the actual performance of them, they are super opaque. I mean, they're really pigmented, it doesn't take a lot of paint, and you get a really nice, flat, smooth colour. It is tearing up the page a little bit on a few of these. But like I said, I am using really cheap paper. So we'll see how they perform on slightly better quality paper in just a second. And here's a little comparison of how accurately each cap matches the ink colour. Most of them are pretty darn accurate. The only one that I would say looks different from its cap is the purple. I'd say in real life the purple ink looks darker than the cap of the pen, but the others are pretty much spot on, so I think you can trust the caps of these to give you an accurate representation of the colour. Today I really wanted to draw a couple of cute characters. Since these are quite flat, you can't really blend them, they're very sort of graphical, I thought it would be really cute to do some little designs today rather than a full illustration. And one thing that I've been really enjoying at the moment is Animal Crossing. I've gotten hugely back into Animal Crossing when New Horizons came out, so I think I want to draw some little Animal Crossing villagers today. First up, since we do have a beige and an orange, I really want to draw my absolute favourite villager, which is Coco. I love her so much. I had her in my New Leaf town and I fell in love with her, so I think that's a good place to start. Yeah, I'm kind of torn between whether to do a kind of sketchy style with these or whether to do it very clean and flat. I mean, I am a little bit limited with this colour range, so I can't get the villagers looking exactly how they look, but I think it's cute anyway, so it'll be kind of a pastel version of them. Oh, it's like really wet. Or I kind of ended up being a blob. Oh no! See, that's why we practice on cheap paper. I just sent my friend a quick message and asked if there were any suggestions she had for an Animal Crossing character I can draw in this video, and she said Bluebear and Apple. So I'm gonna Google those and see if I can draw them with these colours. Oh, Bluebear I think I can make work, maybe. I don't know, there's two distinct tones of blue, and I only have one blue, so maybe not. An apple I don't think I can draw, there's too much red. I don't have a red. I do have a pink though, so we could do her in pink, and then maybe I could use a different type of pen for the red parts. This kind of shape. Oh, but there's like a tan bit at the bottom. This isn't working. These are really tearing up this cheap paper, so I am really curious to see how they perform on this kind of paper, because a lot of chunks are coming up here. And I hope it's the paper and not the pen. Oh, how am I going to do the eyes? I don't have a white. Oh no. I have to do it in beige. It looks so horrible. I really need a white. I'm going to have to leave those sections white in this one. That looks really bad. I am using a reference picture, by the way. I'm going to use a magenta pro marker just to do like the red parts. I don't want to use a straight up red because this is supposed to be like a pastel version of the characters. But this is looking awful, can I just say. Okay, so here we have Coco, Apple, Bluebear and Stitches. I thought these would be cute characters to include, so we're gonna go in with the Posca pens and see how it goes. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I am a little bit nervous. I might not have quite the right colours for these guys, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So starting with Coco at the top, I'm literally just going to go in with the beige and just trace my little sketch. I'm hoping that the paint covers it up. I'm assuming it will, so we'll see how this goes. There's still like bits here and there. I don't know whether that's the pen like shedding. It's really odd. Okay, while I let that like first layer dry, I'm going to move on to one of the other characters. It is behaving really strange. I don't know whether it's my paper that I'm using or what, but there's something kind of like crumbling off, and I don't know if it's the paper or the pen. It's really strange. Okay, just gonna really carefully try and outline all the areas. Maybe I'm trying to be a little bit too ambitious by using so many colours. That's it for the pink. Got a little bit of the beige areas. And I'm going to let that dry as well before we move on. Oh no, I smudged this one. Ah! I'm really struggling with these for some reason. The good thing I suppose is that I can just go over that. And it's like it never happened. So for Bluebear, because I only have one shade of blue, I think I am going to use a pro marker for the main blue part. No, this is kind of cheating because this video is supposed to be using Posca pens, but maybe as well part of the problem I'm having with the precision of the Posca pens is because I have the medium nibbed ones and because I drew these so small, so that was kind of my fault, but at the same time I don't know why I'm getting this weird crumbling. Since I forgot to leave the cheeks white here, I guess we're going to see how Posca performs on top of marker, because I'm going to try and put the pink right on top. I'm going to do the ears first. It's actually not that different of a colour, oops. I thought this was going to be way darker. Oopsie. I am just full of mistakes today. So let's see how these work on top of marker. Pretty good. I mean, they're not quite as opaque, but it still definitely works on top of marker. I'm just going to try and do the eyes on top with a liner. I don't know whether that's going to work. In fact, let's test it out on this paper. I mean, it works. You can get the liner to go on top of the paint, so I'm going to give that a go. I maybe should have erased some of these lines before going in, because the pen isn't covering up the lines quite as thoroughly as I thought it would. I thought it would just go right on top because it's paint, but you can still kind of see the pencil lines underneath, which is fine, I guess, because like these are kind of a sketchy style anyway, but I'm still getting this huge amount of like crumbling and I don't really understand why. Am I doing something wrong? Please let me know if I'm doing something wrong. I think that Stitches was a perfect character to choose for the Posca pens because it's testing out so many of the colours. Also, I know that he is my friend's favourite, or one of my friend's favourites. But also he works brilliantly for Posca pens. I'm just going to leave these to dry for a quick second. Okay, now that these have dried a little bit, I'm just going to go in and do some of the extra little details. So for Coco, I just want to go in and do a couple of little dots here and there. I also want to do like a little like name badge underneath. That's cute. Yay, I like it. Moving on to Apple, I am going to use a pro marker just for the slightly darker parts that I don't really have a Posca pen for, so I'm just going to do like the top of the head here. I'm now really curious. I kind of want to get some Posca pens in a much thinner nib because I think I'm so used to this kind of size. I was a little bit clunky and all over the place with a nib of this size, so I think these are good for filling in bigger sections, but I'd love to maybe get a couple of these colours in a smaller nib if possible. I also think that a white and a black would be good staples to have, and a brown if you prefer to do line art in brown, which I do a lot of the time. But also you could outline in any colour if you had thinner nibs of these, so I'd love to test these out again in the future with a much thinner nibbed pen, because I think that a lot of the problems I'm having with these being kind of messy is because I tend to draw on a small paper, and these are just a little too big, so I understand that that's kind of my fault. I should have done these a lot bigger in order to have a little bit more accuracy. But I'm really not sure what this like crumbling weird problem I'm having is with the paper, because this is pretty good paper and I've never had any problems with this paper using alcohol markers, so I'm a little bit confused, but anyway, just gonna finish off these little doodles. So Bluebear wears like a yellow gingham shirt, so I'm gonna try and use yellow to kind of create that kind of pattern. That didn't turn out as planned, but it kind of turned out cute. A lot of the scratchiness was because, oh, you're not even in frame, terrible. A lot of the scratchiness was because of the crumbling on the end of the pen, but it turned out looking cute actually. Looks like a child wrote it, but yeah. Oh, it looks like a C. Oh no. Oh. I fixed it. Oh, it's not in frame again. I'm an awful YouTuber. So there we have it, some Animal Crossing villagers drawn using Posca pens. This was my first time using Posca pens, so please don't judge me too harshly based on these illustrations. I think with a little bit of practice I could get a little bit of a knack for using these. They were a lot of fun. In terms of whether they are actually pastel, I would say a few of them are. The blue and the purple were quite dark. The rest of them I would say, yeah, a-okay. So they did pretty good picking actual pastel colours to put in this set. I think I would really like to try out some finer nibbed Posca pens in the future and see whether that improves their ease of use, because I did have a little bit of trouble being precise with these, but of course they are like a medium nib, so that's probably my fault. Honestly not sure what that issue is that I was having with these pulling up the paper. I'm not sure whether it's the paper crumbling or whether it's the actual pen. I'll have to do some more tests. I'm a little bit disappointed in that because it's not something that I had heard anyone else mention about these pens, so I don't know whether it's me doing something wrong, so I really hope that it isn't the pens that are causing this problem, because this is pretty good paper. I've never had any trouble with this paper using alcohol markers or anything like that, so I'm honestly not sure what the problem was, but maybe I just need to get some different paper or some thicker card or something. And I'd also love to try these out on a couple of different surfaces in the future and see whether that makes a difference. So yeah, I'd love to maybe try these out again a second time in the future, but for a first attempt, I think this was a cute, fun little video. I got to draw some cute characters, so I had a good time. So yeah, let me know any suggestions for what you think I should do with these Posca pens. Let me know any suggestions of other sets of pens you'd like me to try out. And also let me know which Animal Crossing characters I should doodle next time. Who's your favourite? Who's your absolute favourite villager? Mine is Coco. I love her so much. So yeah, that's all. Take care.